how could we have done that if it wasn't because we took the time to
Yes.
stop and
Yes.
have this conversation about meditation?
Yes. And to tell you the truth, that this conversation, this is the riches of the world, because all
Yes.
the forms, like the little baby that you saw yourself in the little picture, it changed.
Hmm.
But who you are and what we're experiencing now, that will never change. That
Hmm.
being inside of us, we can always tap it no matter how old we are or how young we are. And that's the richness, and that's the power, and that's the greatness of who we all are. It's amazing.
Hmm. And what really stuck with me is that picture, that analogy, because we all, well, most of us, right, would be able to look at a picture of us when we were young and
Yeah.
say, that's me, and be excited when we see
Yeah.
that picture of that me, of that person. And to know of that 2 year old had wonder in her eyes and
Yes.
had, was in a space of expansion, of wanting to express themselves, unless the world started saying, sit down, shut up, be quiet, and everything else. But before that, they were in a wonder of curiosity. That
Yes.
person, getting back to that person is massively
Exactly.
important to stand in your power to do
Yes.
what you were meant to do
Yes.
or meant to
Because
be.
just what you were saying, that child of wonder, it didn't change. You're just accessing it. You're just
Hmm.
finding it again. And
Finding it
when you,
again. Hmm.
yes, and when you find it again, when you open your eyes, you're bringing it out with you.
Hmm.
And it stays with you. The more you kind of access it, however you do, if you do it through prayer, or you do it through closing your eyes in meditation, or however it works for you, but getting that purity, that beautiful child, like you said, whose eyes were of wonder, you're still that.
Hmm.
And that child didn't see the news.
Yeah. Yeah.
That child didn't hear what the neighbor did. That child was just amazing. And now, if we have that amazingness inside of ourselves, then when we hear the news and we see whatever else is going on, we have power to cope with it.
Hmm. And this is where a lot of times where a person would say, well, when you're looking in a child's eye, you see the wonder, you see the excitement, you see the brightness. But then after life has, taken and snuffed out that light, you can see it in a person's eye. You can see the
Yeah.
despair, the depression, the anxiety, the loneliness, all these different emotions and feelings and a lack of action or that person's heart on them, and you can see it. But in that 2 year old, with that excitement, is to get back to 5 or
Yeah.
75 or 85, and then you have that wonder of that child's eye,
Yeah.
and to say, I want to receive the world like my friend again.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
beautiful place to be, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's the best place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that place is always with you. You just have to keep holding on and don't let it go.
Mm.
Keep
Yes.
finding it again and bringing it out. Find it again and bring it out.
It's like a rinse and repeat. Rinse and
There you
repeat.
go.
Rinse and repeat. Come back out clean. Rinse and repeat. But
Yeah.
but
You
it's a
know,
way to stay the cleaner version of yourself, isn't it?
absolutely. Absolutely. Because you're sourcing your sense of purity when you were a child. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have those thoughts. I remember I'm from Montreal, and I was visiting, and my niece had twins, and her little babies, they were 5 6 months old, and she was going to a swim class, and she said she can't go alone. She always needs someone. So I went a few times, and I had one of the babies. And I was changing the baby back into its diaper after the swim class. And there was, the whole locker room's full of moms with their toddlers and babies. And there's a mom with maybe a child of 2, 3 years old, and I'm with just this little tiny baby. And this child gave out like one of these like legendary belches. And the mom, she just went, "What did you do? What did you do?" And you can see the child, and I started to giggle because I was just with the little girl, my niece's daughter, and I looked at her and I said, "Isn't it funny when they're this age, meaning like 5 months old, when they burp, we think it's so cute, but when they get older," and we just sort of had a moment there. Because it's not like the child was meaning to be a bad boy. He just burped.
He's being a kid.
He's just being a kid. But that's the beginning of life, putting like, a shoe on your
These
head.
labels. Yeah.
Yeah.
The labels, the customs, the different things of you better not, you should not, you would not, you couldn't not, you couldn't,
Yeah.
all of these different things. It's like clothes. It's like putting on 10 coats on, and it starts getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
Exactly. And everybody wears their coats differently. And it's not like the
Mm-hmm.
mom was doing something that she wanted to do badly. It's just that's what she knew. She got embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than laughing and going, "Oh, good one, bring
Mm-hmm.
it up again and we'll vote on it,"
Mm-hmm.
she was reacting. But just to kind of make light of it, we started to laugh about it.
Mm-hmm. And so
So
it's meditation can be used as a way to help. It's a way to serve yourself, to serve
absolutely,
and unlearn some, and taking these quote unquote cloaks off that have been
yes,
placed upon you. And sometimes they're generational, as you mentioned it. Now, for that child, they may see that as something that has a stigma to it.
yeah,
And now he or she carries it on for generations and pass it on to the next generation. So
exactly,
it's a lot. Meditation can actually help break a lot of those cloak passing, as I would say, right? To
exactly,
just help cleanse and open yourself up to seeing who you truly are and what
yeah,
you have to offer. Mm,
yeah, to your amazingness, because we're
mm.
all amazing. We really
I love
are.
that. We are
And
amazing. We are amazing.
yeah, and to embrace that and share that, what
Hmm.
could be better?
And everyone who's hearing this, we should all stop for a minute and just all say at the same time, I am
Am-
amazing.
I am amazing.
One more
Exactly.
time. I
I
am
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 amazing.
amazing. And
Yeah.
that in itself should make you feel just a little bit better.
Yes. Yes. And just close your eyes and put a smile on your face. And then open your
It's
eyes
kind of
and
hard. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
right. It's kind of hard to say I am amazing and not smile. I mean,
exactly.
can you
That
say I am amazing with an angry face?
and that can be your mantra. You can
Yeah.
just close your eyes, put a smile on your face and go, "I am amazing."
So from now on, all of us should, when we wake up in the morning, we look in the mirror, look at yourself, and say, I am amazing.
Yeah.
And then walk out your door and have a
There you
better
go.
day.
And have a
We
better
should all
day.
try it for 30 days at least and see what happens.
The
I would love to
30-day
hear
amazing
30
channel
days.
challenge.
Yes, I am amazing.
Yeah.
And I
And it's
love how you're saying the amazingness. Amazingness is a key word for you in regards to connecting it to meditation and getting back to the core of who you are. And
Yeah.
so I know we talked about a program, the word amazingness. Can you share a little bit more about it?
Well, when you're saying I am amazing and I am amazingness, if you take that word and you bring it to the first word you said, which was I, and that I, and everybody who's listening, if they say I, they're all meaning their I. And their I, if they say that word, really means amazingness. So every time the word comes out of your mouth, or you think about, I did this, I did that, I drank water, I played a game, it's amazingness did that.
Hmm.
Amazingness is talking to someone. Amazingness has eaten dinner and it was delicious. I is amazingness.
Hmm. So, Shelley, if someone wanted to connect with you and learn about your programs, learn more about who you are and how you serve the world, how can they get in touch with you?
I have a website and it's knower, Knower .ca. You can write to me at Shelley, Shelley, Shelley at knower.ca. I have a Facebook group page called the Knower Curriculum, which is named after this book I wrote for children. And and I have Instagram called the Knower Curriculum as well.
I love it. This has been so, so refreshing, so amazing, Shelley. And I'm just so glad that you stopped by at your inspired journey and to share your light with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was amazing. It was an inspired journey. It really was an
Yes,
inspired journey. Thank you.
I just thank you again. Thank you. Well, everyone, you can see Shelley is a heart of light, a heart of gold, a heart of wisdom. Did you see how the wisdom was just oozing out of her, the insights, the different perspective of how important it is for us to sometimes just be still and learn and unlearn so that we can get back to our amazingness. I am so glad that you joined us today.
Thank you so
Until
much for
then, I will see you soon. Yes, Shelley. Thank you so much for stopping by.
having me.
See you then.